Jason Church, National Trainer with Unico, here with our green series. So this is our M2430 BL1-EC2. So has our EC motor in it. Anything that has our EC motor in it is going to come with a smart control box. So the smart control board actually has some dip switches that I'm going to go over that you have to set before commissioning.
As you see, there's a cardboard lay-in that identifies all the switches. So now we're going to go over what each switch does and how to set it. This slide shows the location of the LEDs and the dip switches on the circuit board. The first switch is labeled CFM. You have two positions. You have high or low. So depending on what model you have is going to depend on how you set that switch. So if you've got a 2430, which is a 2 to 2.5 ton, if it's a 2 ton, you're going to set that switch on low for the proper airflow. If it's a 2.5 ton, you're going to set it on high. So if you look at the table to the right, a 2430, if it's a 2 ton, we need 500 CFM. If it's 2.5 ton, we need 625 CFM. So this setting on this switch is going to allow it to ramp up to the proper speed. The next setting is for the model. This involves two switches, the mod switch and the auxiliary switch. Each have two settings, 1 or 0. There's a table just to the left of the switches that tells you how to set the switches. The 1218, for example, is going to be mod is on 1, auxiliary would be on 0, the 2430 is on 0, auxiliary is on 0. From the factory, this is going to come set up as a 1218. If you do not set the model and you did not have a 1218, the motor will actually spin in the wrong direction and deliver no airflow. The next setting is for the boiler relay. So when the hot W relay is energized, it's either going to be energized when it has a W call or an E call from your thermostat. So set the switch for E for emergency and put it on primary if you want it for a W call. So if you have a normal W or W2 call, that's when your hot W relay is going to be energized. If you have it on E, it's only going to be energized when the thermostat is actually calling for emergency heat. The next setting is for the chiller. Always have this in a leader position. If you have multiple chillers, call customer service for a special application where you may want to switch that to the follower position. This switch is for potable water. This is going to activate a timer that's going to energize hot W for 5 minutes a day just to keep water from getting stagnant in the system if you're using potable water. If you're not using potable water, have this switch in the off position. If the air cycle switch is in the on position, the fan is going to run for about 10 minutes every 8 hours. This is going to reduce the possibility of the warm air inside the structure migrating to the cold ductwork and causing moisture problems. If you're using a humidistat to control the fan on the EC board for humidity, you have two selections, either a high heat speed or a low heat speed, depending on the switch position. The reversing valve switch has two positions, either O or B, depending on the model of heat pump that you have. So if the reversing valve is energized in cooling, you're going to have it in the O position. If it's in heating mode, you're going to have it in B position. If you have it in the B position, be sure to cut the jumper wire.
So there you have it. That's how you set the switches on the EC board. So anything that is a green series is going to have an EC motor. It's going to have this smart control box in it. They're all set for 1218 out of the factory. So make sure you go through all the switch settings, make sure everything's set up correctly. If it's set up as a 1218 and your unit is not a 1218, like this one's a 2430, that would cause the motor to spin in the wrong direction. You will get no airflow. So to eliminate problems when commissioning a unit, make sure that you set all the dip switches before powering the unit. My name is Jason Church, National Trainer with Unico.
For more information, check out our technical site at tech.unicosystem.com. Also look us up on Facebook and YouTube. If you want to talk to a live person, call our customer service team at 800-527-0896, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. through 5 p.m. Central Time.